Hey everyone, today I'm going to show you how to change your zoom quality from something like this to something like this. Let's go, boy! Alright, so the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to face the light. So in this room, I have a light over here, which is actually my window, and I have overhead lights above me. So I'm just going to take my tablet and move it over to the other side of the room where I'm not casting a silhouette. So the reason why you would want to be facing the window or any source of light that you have in your room is because it's going to cast a hard shadow on you. So right now my face is pretty black, but if I turn around just 180 degrees and face the window, you could already see like what a big difference that's going to make. And if I move a little bit backwards so that way the ceiling light is not right over my head, that's almost like perfect already. Alright, so now that we've moved our positioning and we've moved our laptop to like wherever the lights are shining on us, we can go ahead and raise the webcam, or the laptop in this case, a little bit higher. In this case, I'm actually using a laptop stand that I got from Amazon Basics, but if you don't have one, you can just go ahead and use some textbooks. It does the same exact thing, and you probably have some lying around anyways. Alright, so with all the changes that we've made so far, here's the before, and here's the after. Now you might notice that there's still a little bit of shadows on my face, especially if you're in a room like mine where we have I'm in the basement, so we have a really small window, and the only lights that I have in my room are these overhead lights. I don't know if you can see it. Can you see it? Yeah, right here. What we're gonna do next is we're actually gonna add in some lights. Now the first light that you want to add in is called a key light. It's basically your primary light, and the secondary light is called a fill light. It's a light that'll fill in your shadows. Now for my key light, I basically just got this old lamp that was lying around in my bedroom that I don't even use. And it's a little bit broken, but the key is you can make any of this work without spending money. Now for my fill light, I'm using another smaller lamp that's not as strong. And I actually just stole it over from my guest bedroom that nobody uses anyways. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Now, when you position these lights, you're actually gonna wanna put the key light at a 45-degree angle to where you're facing. So if I'm facing this way for the call, the key light should be facing that way. And you're gonna put the fill light, which is like your secondary light, facing the other 45-degree angle. So if I'm facing this way for my Zoom call, the fill light would be in that direction. So now let's take a look at what it's like with a before and after. So this is before we added our lights in, and this is after we added our lights in. Now you might notice that there's still a little bit of harsh shadows on my face. So a quick fix to do that, if your lamp doesn't have a lampshade, is that you could just throw whatever like plastic bag over your light, and that'll soften up a lot of the shadows. So here's another before, and now this is after adding the plastic bag. You could see a little bit of a difference there. It might make your face a little bit more flattering. However, if your light already has a lampshade, there's no reason for you to add another layer of diffusion, since that lampshade sort of softens up the shadows for you. But in my case, this lamp right here, it doesn't have a lampshade, so I'm gonna have to throw up a level of diffusion over it. So alright, so the last thing I'm gonna talk about in terms of basics is just the audio settings. So we'll go over here to our Zoom and click on this little gearbox for the settings. Click on audio, click on advanced, and then I thought this was pretty obvious, but I should just restate it. If you're in a Zoom call, try to be in a quiet room. Given that we're in a quiet room, you don't really need noise reduction because there's no noise in the background anyways. So you can go ahead on all of these. I think by default it's set to, let's just see. Yeah, by default, these are set to auto. So actually go ahead and change these to disable. And if your room doesn't have a lot of echoing, you can go ahead and leave this on auto as well. The reason why you'd want to do this is because the noise cancellation software actually makes your voice like really muffled. And yeah, that's pretty much it. All right, so now I'm gonna get started on the more advanced techniques. And you might actually have to spend a little bit of money here. So this is why I'm breaking it off from like all the basic stuff I talked about earlier. You might have already noticed, but I turned off the lights in my room. And the reason why that is because there's a third type of light. So we talked about key lights. I introduced to you a fill light. And now there's something called practical lights. So essentially what a practical light is it's a light that's just gonna make your room like more decorated. It's not necessarily gonna light your subject up. So it's not lighting me up at all, but it is lighting up my background. Let me just take the camera actually and just show you. So like this is what you saw like before, right? But then you come over here there's actually a light behind my Santa hat that I set up. And then I took my tablet and I had it with the torch on and I just lit up the paintings over here. That's pretty much all there is to know. Oh yeah, one more thing. I have Christmas lights. I don't know if you noticed. Oh, it's reversed. Hey, I can't like, okay, I gotta get used to this like rotating thing. But yeah, I have a bunch of Christmas lights set up in the back. Why is my skin so green? Since it is Christmas time, I actually set up a bunch of Christmas lights in my room right there. I hooked it up to go like all the way up. I'm sorry, but like filming in selfie mode is like in reverse. This is actually my left hand that I'm raising. Wait, Neil, that makes sense. I'm stupid, sorry. But yeah, I set up a bunch of Christmas lights. All right, so now that we've had all our practical lights set up, the next upgrade that I would recommend is upgrading your microphone. I mean, like technically it's not even an upgrade. Just don't use the microphone that's built in into your laptop. Just get some like old Apple earbuds. I think I have some lying around here. Yeah. Everybody has one of these, okay? This is literally like the iPhone 6 earbuds. Just use these or any other type of microphone that's not the laptop microphone, and I guarantee you it'll sound much better. I'll do a before and after just to show you. So this is the before of the microphone test. But what I really need to talk to you about is the flying sausage incident I don't think I talked to you about. And this is after of the microphone test. You really should know that I'm secretly a flying sausage. Not only am I a flying sausage, but I am the flying sausage that took the walking cheeseburger's pickles. As you can see, it makes quite a big difference. But just as an added bonus, I'll show you the microphone that I'm using actually. The microphone that I'm using is called a Tonor microphone, or at least that's just the brand name. I don't even know like the model number. I just found it on Amazon for like 20 bucks during Cyber Monday and decided to buy it. It's a condenser USB microphone, so you won't get any noise from the wiring. And plus, it captures a lot of bass. That's pretty much it. I mean, it's 20 bucks. I was sleeping now. The reason why I like using the Tonor microphone is actually because my desktop is like down there and my earbuds only stretch like so long. So the Tonor microphone has a quite long like USB cable that I could stretch all the way down to my desktop and just plug it in. So that's another bonus. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Here's the microphone test for the Tonor microphone. I need your help to escape the policeman because the only reason I stole his pickles was because I was going through this thing where all I wanted to do was eat pickles and my mom wouldn't buy any. All right, so now that we've added in some practical lights, we've also added in a better microphone. The last thing that I could recommend upgrading is your camera. So the way I'm able to get this blurry background is by using a lens that has a wide open aperture. Now, I wouldn't go out and like spend lots of money on this because there is like diminishing returns the more money you spend. So I would actually go and look through all the cameras and just like choose like the cheapest one. Especially if you're not a photographer or filmmaker, there really isn't much sense in buying like a very expensive camera. And on top of that, the camera is not what produces like such a blurry background and a nice image quality. It's actually the lens. So I wouldn't worry about like getting like the best camera. Just find the cheapest camera. If you go onto Canon's website or Sony's website, it'll show you a list of all the cameras that are compatible with their webcam utility software. I would just go through that list basically and just find the cheapest deal. There's actually a refurbished sale going on with Canon right now, and the cheapest camera that they're offering is the Rebel T6, which is 250 bucks. All right, so now let's go ahead and take a look at our original webcam footage from our tablet or laptop and compare it with the footage that we have now with all the upgrades that we've added. So right now, this is the before with the original tablet, just like raw, like whatever we started with at the beginning. And this is what we have now. See the difference? Yeah, boy. Yeah. Anyways, if you guys like this video, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe. It'll actually help me a lot since this is like my third YouTube video. Yeah, that's pretty much all I had to say. I hope you guys have a great Christmas break and I'll see you guys later.